Now, once again, with this is class 9 students, the same topic, the fundamental unit of life. And the 10th cell organelle is called the chromosome. We are already discussing about this cell organelle. As I told you, it is present in nucleus of the cell. Nucleus of the cell in the form of chromatin thread. Chromatin thread. Okay, just open your diagram of the previous video and of the nucleus. You see the structure, the chromatin thread. Chromatin thread is actually the chromosome. The shape of the chromosome is visible at the time of cell division only. The chromosome is clearly visible at the time of cell division. At the time of cell division, it is clearly visible. It is made up of a protein called histone. It is made up of histone protein. Histone protein. Okay, it contains DNA and deoxyribose nucleic acid and genes. Genes are present on it. The two conditions are there. Okay, it consists actually chromatid, which is joined with the centromere. Okay, this is centromere and this is the chromatid. Okay, this is called centromere and this is called chromatid. Two conditions are there. It might be like this or like this. One chromatid joined with one centromere or two chromatid joined with one centromere. Okay, this is centromere and this is the two chromatids. When two chromatids are there, that is called the haploid chromosome. Oh, sorry, that is called the diploid chromosome. That is called the diploid chromosome. Di means two. And ploid means thread. Chromosomes actually thread. It is a thread-like structure. So di-thread, two threads are there, that is called the diploid chromosome. Or single chromatid or single thread is there, that is called haploid. Again, hap is one and ploid is called the thread. So two conditions are there. If the single number of chromosomes is present in any cell, the cell is called the haploid cell. Haploid cell. What is haploid cell? If we have to define it, haploid cell contains single chromosome, that is chromatid. Okay, and this is called the diploid cell. Diploid cell. Okay, what is diploid cell? Diploid cell contains double chromosome or chromatid. Okay, two chromatids are present, so it is called the diploid cell, and if one is present, it is called the haploid cell. This haploid cell is denoted by single N. N is the number of threads, and this diploid cell is denoted by 2N. N is again number of threads. If one thread is present, it is called haploid, and if two threads are present, then it is called the diploid. The cell's number is depend on the haploid and diploid nature of the cell, depend on the number of chromatids present in cell. If one chromatid is there, it is called the haploid cell. If two are there, then it is called the diploid cell. Haploid cell is always represented by single N and diploid is represented by 2H. Now, what about the human? In human, okay, on a small portion here, in human, total 23 pairs of chromosomes present. 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. Okay, if we count it in the singular number, so total 46 chromosomes are present. Total 46 chromosomes are present. Where? In human. Must remember, it is in human. Total 23 pairs and in number 46 chromosomes are present there. Okay. There are two types of cells present in the body. One is called the somatic cells. Somatic cells are the non-reproductive cells. And second is called the reproductive cells. Reproductive cells are those cells which are participating in the process of reproduction. Okay. So this is about the chromosome which is present in the nucleus of the cell. To complete this topic, in the cell, various other substances also present. What is other substance? That is not notified separately because it is not having a good structure or definition or anything. But that is the important part of the cell. We are unable to neglect them. We have to know about that. And that all substance combinedly we are able to call it cell inclusion. Cell inclusion. Okay, all the substances which is not included in cell organelle but that is essential for the cell are called the cell inclusion. The various nutrients or pigments which is present in cell other than organelle is called the cell inclusion. Okay, what is cell inclusion? First we have to define it. Definition. Okay, define it first. What is the cell inclusion? All the substance which is present other than cell organelle, all nutrients, all the pigments present in the cell other than organelles are called the cell inclusion. All the substance or substances like pigments, different type of the pigments are present in different type of the cells, and nutrients, etc. Other than some oil droplets, other than cell organelles are called cell inclusion. Cell inclusion. Okay, it is very much clear what is cell inclusion. So cell not only contains the cell organelle, the various other substances are also present in the cell, and that is called the cell inclusion, such as glycogen, such as lipids, such as pigments, melanin, etc. For example, glycogen, okay, lipids, fat cells, lipids is called the fat cells, okay, pigments, the pigment which is responsible for color of human skin or our skin is called melanin. So melanin is a pigment that's all included in the cell inclusion. Now, what is the function of the cell inclusion? Cell inclusion is important because it contains. The next is the function of this cell inclusion. What are the functions? First, it stores nutrients. Now, what is the second function? That is important function of the cell inclusion. It contains secretory products. and the pigment granule. It contains secretory product. The product is secreted out by the cell, and pigment granule. Pigment granule. Now one more question is here. What is the difference between this cell inclusion and cell organelle? Cell organelle. What is the difference between these two? Both are important, but there are a little bit difference between these two also. Cell organelle. Cell organelles are living material. It is living substance, living component. And what about the cell inclusion? It is non-living component. It is non-living component. Okay. Now, what is the second difference between these two? The cell organelle is functional component. It is functional component. Functional component. But what about the cell inclusion? Cell inclusion is chemical component. It is chemical component. It is chemical component. Various chemical or various secretory substance is collected here. So it is the chemical component or byproduct. It collects the byproduct. It collects the byproduct. Byproduct. Okay, so this is all about the cell inclusion. In our next video, we are going to study about the plant cell and animal cell. It means what's the shape and structure of the plant cell and animal cell, and where all this organelle or cell inclusions are present in the plant cell or animal cell. Okay, bye.